Grange Middle School in Harrow, the children and staff are engaged in a unique experiment.
Hello.
They're being taught to understand their own emotions and how they affect their behaviour.
Okay, all right. Let's go on down. Tyrone, can I check something with you as well as we're going down?
Head teacher Nikki Rosewell is about to use the approach called transactional analysis with Tyrone, a Year 5 pupil who was taken out of a lesson after losing his temper, swearing and knocking over chairs.
Is there a difference in how you're feeling now?
Yep.
Okay, can you tell me what it is?
Happy.
Okay. What were you feeling before?
Mad.
Right. What has made you change how you're feeling?
When I did the colourful picture. Because colours make me happy.
Right. When you were on the corridor and you did what you did, right, you said that you didn't think that it was safe. So, how can we do it differently?
I could have sat down and Miss told me to and didn't shout and refused.
Could have been different. Does that mean you're not allowed to be angry? No. Good. I'm glad you're using your thinking there. Because you are allowed to be angry, Tyrone. It's okay. What we do need to think about, though, is how we show people that we're angry.
The school turned to transactional analysis because its existing behaviour management policies weren't working.
I mean, without putting too fine a point on it, there were children who were out of control, and members of staff were pulling their hair out. They were trying all sorts of things, and nothing was having any real effect on the behaviour. Running down the corridor, being rude to members of staff. What people actually wanted was a kind of quick fix thing, and they thought that someone would come in and be able to sort it all out. And what was obviously necessary was looking at what it was that we were doing as well as the children.
6L, can I stop you now? Because I think I've given you actually more time than I said I would.
What I'm going to ask to happen, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to look at each of these scenarios, and then I'm going to ask you, can you identify a part in the scenario where you can say, right, that person, I could see that that person was okay, and that person clearly wasn't okay. And then maybe see how it changes. I'm also going to ask you about different ego states.
Year 6 analysed situations using transactional analysis in circle time. The theory was developed in the 50s. It's loosely based on Freud and uses the ego states of parent, adult and child to identify thought processes and analyse behaviour.
Are you talking about us?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
yes, we do got a problem.
Stop biting into
Well, we were having a conversation, so can you move?
No, I can't. You're talking about me.
How do you know we're talking about you?
Because I hear you.
And why are you pushing my friend?
Yeah, well, don't push me.
Why are you pushing
don't push me.
Why are you pushing me?
Break it up. Break it up.
What is going on?
She was talking about me.
I don't care what went on, but I want you to make friends right now.
No.
No way.
If you don't want to make friends, I want to see you two at the top of the playground and you two at the bottom. And if I see you arguing again, you're going to Mrs. Rosewell.
Do you want to be our friend? Goodbye. And that's the end.
Thank you. Joe was desperate to say something. OK, Joe.
When Diana came in, she said, "What's going on?" I don't care what's going on.
She's changed her mind. Guess what? She wanted to know at first, but this is just a ridiculous situation. And maybe she looked at who's involved and she's decided, actually, no, don't tell me, because I've heard it before. And that's what sometimes happens, Joe. It does happen. Yeah. What ego states were obvious there? What ego states? Glenn?
A child and adult.
Child and adult, do you think?
Yeah, because
who was it coming from child?
What was it?
The children, because they actually just Roxelle just actually made up an argument just by saying, why were you talking about me? And you never know, they may not even have been talking about her.
Yeah.
And Diana was the adult and really a parent as well, because she actually stopped the argument and made them just stay away from each other.
Diana's using her power as teacher, using bossy parent to make them be friends.
I wondered about that. I did. Glenn's not happy with what you said, but I'm going to side with Jamin on that one, because I thought she was very much bossy parent, because she started off, I thought she attempted to be adult, to use that adult when she said, right, what's going on, because she wanted to collect some information, and then quickly decided, no, I don't want to know anything, right, and went straight into bossy parent. I think so, Diana. I don't know what you think.
When I first walked in, I was using adult, but after I said, no, I don't want to hear it, then I was using bossy parent and telling them to make up friends that was bossy parent.
Yeah. Could you have used child in that situation?
Maybe.
There was some bad language used outside, wasn't there, Tyrone? And a lot of shouting. And also, what else happened?
Tantrum.
Yeah, actually, that's a good word there. Because if I'd closed my eyes and I didn't know it was you, if I'd been asked that question, how old is that person that I could hear shouting in that way?
A baby.
What do you think is the way that someone of your age, using their adult, what is the way that someone can actually not change what's happened, but put this right?
Say sorry and have a good day tomorrow.
And Tyrone, I can't ignore what's happened, right? I like the thinking that you've done since then, and I can't ignore it, okay? So there does have to be a consequence.
What's it gonna be?
What do you think it might be?
Tension.
Right there. Yes? I'm quite clear on that one, okay? Also, Tyrone, you listening?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You told me earlier on that you thought you needed to actually do something as well. What was it?
Say sorry.
Right. Yeah.
To you.
It wasn't me that you were actually saying those things to.
I need one more to.
Okay, who was it you were saying it to? So who do you think needs the sorry? Yeah, she does.
Certainly in the beginning, it was very, very slow because the children needed to get used to the language. They needed to look at situations. They needed to, as well as members of staff. And as you can imagine, what would happen is every now and again, they would actually fall back into what was normal. And so we would adopt the sort of bossy parent. Well, I'm the teacher. I'm telling you what to do. And not really think about the effect that that would then have on the children. So what was great about TA, especially in the beginning, is it would cause you then to reflect, because it was looking at the whole picture, not just the bit that the behaviours the children were displaying that you didn't like.
Okay, do you want to start off and tell us what happened?
I told Aaron he was proper rough in the game. He denied it. He got angry, hit me in the head. Then I got angry and I had to start a fight.
Aaron?
It was the same, but a light one on the cheek.
You hit Zuba. So what you're saying is that it perhaps wasn't as hard. You think it was. It's still the same that you actually did hit him then.
And we shouldn't have been playing rugby.
You got cross after Zubair said to you about playing rough. Is that right, Zubair? Yes?
Yeah. Zubair was like pushing each other, everybody, but like I was a bit rough as well.
How can we put this right? Can't change what's happened, but we could put it right, couldn't we?
There is a little bit of thing I kind of feel happy about is that I calmed down quicker than I have done before.
And you're feeling really pleased with yourself about that. Well done. And I noticed that you calm down much, much quicker, Aaron. So that is good. Okay. I think it might help if we actually got the big sheet out to have a look, and we could walk through what has happened.
I did last week, Friday.
Yeah. You remember we did that before. Do you think that would help us in this situation, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to move this back so we can give ourselves some room. Okay. I'm going to get this out so that we can actually try and walk. That's right, Zuba, you got it. That's exactly what we're doing. Okay, we may not need all of it. Now, both of you have been really angry and you were fighting. So can you go and stand where you think you were when you were fighting? Both of you. Actually go and stand on it, Zuba, that's all right. When Zuba told you that you were rough, Zuba, where do you think you were? Which ego state were you in there when you were telling him? Which were you in when you were telling him? Right, excellent. What is that?
Controlling parent.
Okay. So what you were doing is talking to Aaron, and you were saying you're too rough, telling him what to do. He felt that you were in pain. He was in child. And what actually happened was... You what, sorry, Aaron?
I was in free child at that moment and then I went into both.
Right. When he actually hit you, what happened to you? Where did you go? Where did you go? Okay. Yeah. You were there as well. And you've ended up... What would have happened if grown-ups hadn't come along at that point?
Adult.
Do you think you would have got yourself into adult?
Stayed. Yeah.
You think you would have done, and Aaron, you think you would have stayed in child? Okay. How would you have got yourself into adult?
When he came, I could have just ignored him and just walked away.
So where are you now, both of you, talking like this and doing this thinking? Where have you come?
Adult.
Right. Well, then where are you now? Yeah? Okay. For you, Aaron...
Just like take it.
Well, what could you have said to Zuba? You told me right at the beginning.
I think you're a bit rough as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay? It would have been okay for you to have said that and said, oh, well, actually, I'm a bit hurt by that. I'm a bit upset because I think you're rough too. And you could possibly have agreed what was okay for the game. All right? Okay. Right, where we go? It's not just about getting children to change. There's got to be a willingness from everybody to change. It's a way of working for everybody. And it's actually mindful of everybody's well-being and everyone's emotional literacy.